719 is it, right? Yeah. You should change the yeah. Hare Krishna, can you hear me online?
Yes, Prabhu.
Jaya Radha Kunja Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhara Yashodhanandana Vrajajana Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodhanandana Vrajajana Nandana Jamati Ravanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Jaya Radha Gopi Jana Vallabha Radha Gopi Vallabha Ayanista Haitanta Pavana Gaura Hari Jayanista Haitanta Pavana Gaura Hari Jaya Jaya Prabhu Prabhu एवं इष्टपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य कष्टोत्तर श्रीमद् भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद की reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 27, Text number 19. Akartu karma bandhoyam Purushasya yadashrayah Guneshu satsu prakrite Kaivalyam teshva atah katam Akrutah karma bandhoyam Akruto karma bandhoyam Purushasya yadashrayah Guneshu satsu prakrite Guneshu satsu prakrite Kaivalyam teshatah katam Kaivalyam teshva atah katam. You will recite.
Akruta karma bandhoyam
Akruta karma
Guneshu satsu prakrite Kaivalyam teshvata katam.
Akratu karma bandhoyam Purushasya yadashrayah Guneshu yasya prakrite Kaivalyam teshaham katah. Translation and purport by Sri Sesi Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Hence, even though he is a passive performer of all activities, how can there be freedom for the soul as long as the material nature acts on him and binds him? So I repeat the translation. Even though he is the passive performer of all activities, how can there be freedom from the soul, freedom for the soul, as long as the material nature acts on him and binds him? Purport. Although the living entity desires freedom from the contaminations of matter, he is not given release. Actually, as soon as the living entity puts himself under the control of modes of material nature, he acts his acts are influenced by the qualities of material nature, and he becomes passive. It is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, Prakrute Kriyamanane Gunahi. The living entity acts according to the qualities or the modes of material nature. He falsely thinks that he is acting, but unfortunately, he is a passive. In other words, he has no opportunity to get out of the control of material nature because it has been already conditioned on him. In Bhagavad Gita, it is also stated that it is very difficult to get out of the clutches of material nature. One may try in different ways to think that everything is void in ultimate issues, that there is no God, and that even if the background there is no God, and that even if background of everything is spirit, it is impersonal. This speculation may go on, but actually it is very difficult to get out of the clutches of material nature. Devahuti poses the question that although one may speculate in many ways, where is liberation as many ways, where is liberation as long as one is under the spell of material nature? The answer is also found in Bhagavad Gita 7.14. Only one who has surrendered himself unto the lotus feet of Supreme Lord Krishna, Mam Eva Ye Prapatyante, can be freed from the clutches of Maya. Since Devahuti is gradually coming to the point of surrender, her question is very intelligent. How can one be liberated? How can one be in a pure state of spiritual existence as long as he is strongly held by the modes of material nature? This is also indicated. This is also an indication of false meditator. There are many so-called meditators who think that I am the supreme spirit soul. I am conducting the activities of material nature. Under my direction, the sun is moving and the moon is rising. They think that by such contemplation or meditation, they can become free. But it is it is seen that just 3 minutes after finishing such nonsensical meditation, they immediately captured by the modes of material nature. Immediately after the high sounding meditation, a meditator becomes thirsty and wants to smoke or drink. He is under the strong grip of material nature, yet he thinks that he is already free from the clutches of Maya. This question of Devahuti is for such a person who falsely claims that he is everything, that ultimately everything is void, and that there is no sinful or pious activities. These are all atheistic invocations. Actually, unless a living entity surrenders unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as instructed in Bhagavad Gita, there is no liberation from the clutches of Maya. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sakrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tvam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarupyesha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangam langayate girim yatkripa tamaham vande Sri Guru Andinataranam Paramanandamadam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna. Raghunath,
Yeah.
can you turn on these speakers
Yeah.
so that I can speak a little distance? So, here in this verse, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 27, text number 9. Hare Krishna. Okay. So, it is the conversation between Lord Kapila and his mother Devahuti. So, they are they are wonderful conversations in Srimad Bhagavatam, which will actually promote us to the spiritual platform. Like whatever state we are in. Actually, this entire conversation between Devahuti and Lord Kapila was published in the form of separate book, like saying the teachings of Lord Kapila. So why these teachings are so important is because they themselves will lead to the ultimate perfection. Means like if you see the condition of Devahuti, Devahuti was married to Kardamuni. He was a great sage, and after marriage, and Kardamuni gets himself engaged in serious meditation for thousands of years, and Devahuti humbly serves him. And after some time, Kardamuni notices the selfless dedication and service attitude of Devahuti, and he asks Devahuti, "What can I give you? I would like to reciprocate with you. What would you like to have?" Then Devahuti says, "No, I would like to have children." So for that, Kardamuni, what does he do? He creates a aerial mansion, and then then he spends time with Devahuti, and they both begot 6 daughters, 9 daughters, yeah, 9 daughters, and and Kardamuni before marriage only tells to Swayambhu Manu. Swayambhu Manu is the father of Devahuti, and tell to Swayambhu Manu that see, as soon as Devahuti begets children, then I'm going to leave this Guruvas ashram and I'm going to take renounced daughter and leave the family life altogether. And that was very common in those times. So now, after she begot 9 daughters, Kardamuni decides, okay, let me renounce my family life and then go into forest and meditate as a sannyasi or as meditate alone, only, not without any entanglements of family life. So when Kardamuni was about to leave, Devahuti, she realizes the mistake she has committed. Even though Kardamuni has the ability to give her the wonderful knowledge about the self-realization, or he could have helped her in transcending the material world itself, or going back to Godhead. She, out of her ignorance, she only has the material thing of having a children. So now Kardamuni is leaving. So with choked up voice, with a lot of fear, she requests Kardamuni, please stay for some more time. And I would like to have a son, like that he says. So then Kardamuni looked at her and says, "You are very fortunate soul. You don't know that. Even the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself that he is going to come as your son. So, but anyhow, I will stay with you for some more time." So if you see here, Kardamuni, when Kardamuni was meditating before his marriage, Lord Vishnu appears to him and he says, I know you are doing meditation for the sake of getting marriage, because that was instruction to you by Lord Brahma himself. So, but yes, Shri Radha Gopi Jano Loki Nitya. So now, Swayambhu Manu is going to bring his celebrated daughter Devabhuti to offer it to you, offer her to you. So, and you get married to her, and I will become your son. He says in the beginning only. So now Kardamuni, after getting 9 daughters, he is planned to live only altogether because Lord himself said that he will come as his son. So one more question, like without Kardamuni, how can Devoti become mother of Supreme Personality of Godhead? Here one thing we have to observe: Lord doesn't need any male or female interaction. If the Lord wants to become the mother Devoti's child, he would have come even without help of Kardamuni only. So, but here just to give them the sense that yes, Lord has become my son. First, Lord appears in the heart of Kardamuni. From the heart of Kardamuni, he goes to the heart of Devavati, and from the heart of Devavati, he goes into the womb of Devavati, and then he takes birth. As soon as Lord appears, Lord takes birth. Then immediately all the great demigods like Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, all the demigods comes and offers the different prayers to Kapila Dev, you just took birth. Because they all know that he is none other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna himself, who has incarnated as Kapila Muni. So as soon as Kapila Muni grows little older, then Kardamuni decides, okay, now it is a time for me to renounce this family life and go. So, one more question, see, all this meditation, all this spiritual sadhana is to please God, is to please Krishna. Now, Krishna himself appeared in the form of your son, Kapila, and he is in your right in your home. Now, why, we do meditation to see Krishna. When Krishna himself appeared as your son and is in front of you, why you want to go again into the forest and meditate? No, like our Acharyas give nice purport here. Because Kardamuni was in Dasyaras. Dasarasa means Kardamuni was, from the beginning, he was worshipping the Lord in the mood of servatorship. And when Kapila appeared here, he cannot exhibit Vatsalya rasa. He don't have that, he feel himself not qualified to exhibit that kind of thing. So he just circumambulates around the Supreme Personality of Godhead and takes leave. And Lord also grants him, okay, permission. So after Kapila Dev leaves family life and then goes, immediately Mother Devati approaches Lord Kapila and says, she doesn't want to commit that mistake again that she committed with Kardamuni, because Kardamuni was a very greatly learned scholar and great devotee, and he would have imparted the knowledge of self-realization to Devavati. So, but Devavati, she only asked for material things, and she later she felt that she made a mistake. So now Kapila appeared as Kapila, the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself, appeared as the son of Devavati, as Kapila Dev, who is the son of Mother Devavati. And she doesn't want to miss this opportunity, so she approaches Kapila Dev, and she, with great awe and reverence, she worships Kapila Dev, and then requests her, please enlighten me, so that I can cross over this material existence and go back to Godhead. If you see here, Devavati is directly the mother of Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. So But still, why they are so much concerned about getting out of this mental existence? You have directly God Himself in front of you. Why you want to go out and do something else? Hmm? Like if you see, even in the 10th canto also, when Lord Krishna was present in the assembly in Dwaraka, when Narada Muni comes, was Vasudeva, he actually offers him prayers and says, begs, I want to, how can I perfect my life? How can I get liberated? He asks questions to him. So if you see all intelligent persons, like anybody who is actually conscious, little bit of spiritual intelligence, their only goal is to get out of this mental existence. They know that as long as we are present in this mental existence, the different problems will keep on coming. Like Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, right? Whoever is like Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi Dukkha Doshana Darshanam. Whoever can see like Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi, birth, old age, disease, and death as the real problems of life, only that kind of person is in intelligence. Means like intelligent person sees that the mental existence is a place of suffering, and they will see they will pursue these problems of life, no? The birth, old age, disease, and death, and sufferings caused by mind and body, sufferings caused by other living entities, and suffering caused by natural disturbances. These seven problems are always common to all the living beings. So one should consciously, one should always strive to improve their knowledge, spiritual knowledge, so that that will lead to the ultimate spiritual perfection of self-realization and endeavor to go back home, back to Godhead. So here in this verse, Kapildev is explaining about the condition of the spirit soul. So we all know that, right? We are not these bodies. We are the spirit souls. The spirit soul, the nature of spirit soul is Sat Chitananda. Sat means it is eternal. Chit means it is full of knowledge. And Ananda is full of bliss. So even though the soul is eternal, but still, as long as it identifies with this body, it will suffer. Because soul thinks that due to false ego, soul thinks that I am the owner of this body, I am this body. And when the body dies, the soul undergoes a lot of trauma, the pain, due to misidentification. And here it is said, no, like Kapildev is saying, hence, even though he is a passive performer, so the soul is a passive performer, because when we act, when we do something, which is not that we are doing it, because soul is covered by subtle body, which has mind, intelligence, and ego, and subtle body is covered by the gross body, made up of earth, water, fire, and ether. And if in the last class, Prabhuji was very nicely explaining, like how the whatever we want to do, we need to have the sanction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Like, even to lift the hand also, like, I want to lift the hand, then immediately, like, that desire develops, and then see Supreme Personality level, Krishna says, oh, this person sitting there in this planet, in this area, this he wanted to lift his hand. Does he have the enough wise karma? So then if you have the pious credits, then he will sanction, okay, proceed, that is granted. Then the metal nature will facilitate. Means just to do, like, we are giving that example of lifting the hand, but it can be correlated to anything. Like, you want to accomplish anything in life, you want to do anything in life. For that, the sanction from the Supreme Personality of Godhead is required, and the real doer is Prakriti. The metal nature has to do. The five metal nature made up of 5 elements, the gross body will act. So that way, the Supreme Personality is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Paramatma is the sanctioner, is the who gives the permission, and the material nature is the actual doer. So that's why Krishna says, Prakriti Kriyamanani Gunai Karmani Sarvasha Ankara Vimuratma Kartaham iti manate. Even though everything is automatically taking place by the will of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and everything is carried out under the supervision of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, everything is carried out by the Prakriti, but the under the influence of false ego, the soul thinks that I am doing everything. Whatever uh, whatever I am accomplishing it is due to my endeavors only. That is due to false ego. Then what is the role of the soul? What is our role is we just desire. So, and the desiring is the only aspect, only role we have. So when it is said, man proposes, God disposes. So every desire is sanctioned by the Supreme Personality of Godhead based on if you have the enough of pious credits or not. So that way, so the soul is the passive doer, but the active doers are Prakriti and the Purusha. So now, if you see here in the Prabhupada says, okay, if we know that, okay, if a devotee will have this knowledge about, okay, I am subordinate to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and for everything I have to be dependent on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I need his sanction, I need his blessings, I need his mercy, then only I will be able to accomplish anything. But there are some sect of spiritualists who think that, they are like Mayavadis or impersonalists or Brahmavadis. They think that I am the God himself. I don't need any God. Because as long as I identify myself with this body, I have this limitation. But if I identify myself with the Supreme Controller, Parameshwara, then that will do the purpose. I will sit in the meditation and negate all the things and then identify myself with the Supreme Controller. Then I will be in a position to control the material nature. I am the one who is actually controlling the sun. I am the one who is controlling the moon. So I am the center of the universe. I am the I am God himself. That kind of speculation they will do. So that proper writes now, okay, they can do speculation, but the fact is, as soon as they come out of meditation, they will be conditioned by the modes of material nature. As soon as they come out of meditation, they feel like drinking water, smoking cigarettes, or drinking alcohol like that. So it means that our speculation doesn't do the job. The fact is fact, no? Like when I was doing my master's degree, I used to have a professor, he used to write whenever he gives the test, he writes, okay, no speculation, no mental speculation will be awarded any credit or any points. He used to write in bold, because whenever he asks any question which needs a lot of analysis, like many of the students, they develop their own mental speculation, their own theories, and then put them, and then they argue with him. So whenever he issue the question paper itself, he write no mental speculations. So in the same way, like when we are not following the scriptures, when you are not following the bona fide spiritual path, then then it will there is a good chance that we lost in the mental speculation. So that's why we need to have a spiritual life. We need to do spiritual sadhana under the guidance of bona fide spiritual master. That's why, Prabhupada writes now, when he wrote Bhagavad Gita as it is, even though there are 600 versions of Bhagavad Gita at that point of time, in 1970s only, there are more than 600 versions of Bhagavad Gitas. But none of them is actually giving the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita as it is. So that's why I am writing this new book, Bhagavad Gita as it is. Because I am presenting the message of Krishna without any duplicity, without any addition from my point of view. Because in the other versions of Bhagavad Gita, what used to happen is the interpreter or the person who writes the purports for Bhagavad Gita, he will have his own agenda and he will read Bhagavad Gita and he adds his philosophy into the Bhagavad Gita and presents it in the purport. That will actually mislead the person who reads the Bhagavad Gita. That's why Prabhupada gave us Bhagavad Gita as it is. So unless like that's the most important thing, because for one to succeed in spiritual life, they should have a bona fide spiritual master. It is like, if you want to become a doctor, you have to go and get a degree from a accredited or a recognized institution. You should not go and get trained from a roadside person to get a doctorate degree. So because the metal nature is not going to change the laws. The laws of metal nature will stay as it is. It is our duty to study, to know about matter and spirit, and then how everything works, and do the needful so that we advance spiritually, we get out of this metal existence. Okay, so that is like that's why what is our duty, like sincerely, without any duplicity, without any without looking for any shortcuts, we have to always look for bona fide or authorized or a person like authentic presenter of spiritual knowledge, so that we can actually make the spiritual progress and attain the self-realization. Otherwise, if you want it like if you want to cheat, why Prabhupada is saying, if you want to cheat, you'll get the cheating guru. What is cheating? Cheating means you don't want to know actually the truth. You just wanted to gratify your false ego, thinking that I wanted to follow spiritual path, and the spiritual path should be like my guru should satisfy me first. I will accept a guru as long as he satisfies my point of view, and I am not open to listen to what guru is presenting. Then if you have that kind of mentality, then cheaters will get cheating guru only. So otherwise, that's why Prabhupada says this is a world of cheaters and cheated. If you want to get cheated, there are a lot of cheating gurus. You go and give me $50, I'll give mantra, you just chant mantra, then you'll become God. That's what they used to say previously. So that is what Prabhupada doesn't want to happen. So when we are sincere in our approach to God, then Krishna will send a right guru into our life. So that sincerity is our first qualification. Sincerity and service attitude, humility. These three things are most necessary for us to even start the spiritual life. Then only we will get a bona fide spiritual master, by following whom we will attain the spiritual perfection. So that's what I can speak today. If anybody have any questions or comments, you can discuss. Yes, Mother. Sincerity, and then humility and service attitude. So Krishna says we have to serve the spiritual master. When he is pleased, then he will impart the knowledge, the spiritual knowledge to us. Okay. So you want to add anything, Prabhu? Hare Krishna, anybody have any questions online?
One more question. We were reading again from the third canto.
Yeah.
27.
Chapter, text number 19.
19. Okay.
Okay, we'll end it here. Gandrashya Bhagavatam ki jai, Sri Prabhupada ki, Ananda Kotesh Vranda ki jai.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Dandavat Pranam.